All right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called La Gai Savoir. Sorry if I messed up. Pardon my French. Sorry if I messed that up. 1969. This is going to be another Godard flick. Sorry if my speech is a little bit jumbled there. I'm suffering from sleep deprivation again. Anyways, I'm giving this 1 out of 5 stars. I hate this movie. Basically, it's just the kid from 400 Blows grown up into 20 something, and then his girlfriend are just sitting there in a dark room muttering a bunch of incoherent babble, or they're just staring into the camera while some Alphaville dude in the background starts mumbling all this communist nonsense. Meanwhile, there are all these communist propaganda images of Godard's communist heroes, Mao Zedong, Che Guevara, Fidel Castro, and Joseph Stalin, Vladimir Lenin, those types of individuals, the mass murderers types. And then there's much ado about the working class and the protests that are happening around that time, which is just a distraction against the human killing that communists did during that time, especially Mao. He quite possibly murdered 100 million of his own people. And but in this film, he's the good guy, so go figure. And I guess they're supposed to be learning together or criticizing each other. I'm not sure what the heck's going on in this movie. At one point, they just utter a bunch of words to this kid, and then the kid replies with his own word for each of the words. And if you can't figure out what the word means, he'll just skip it. Then there's this guy without any teeth. He calls himself an ultra fascist, and he looks like he's drunk throughout the whole thing. And what else can I say about this movie? I mean, it's boring as heck. Like I said, a lot of incoherent babble going on. The usual kind of weird noises in the background, and the Alphaville voice, which was also in another Godard movie I just saw. I forget the name of it. I just saw it last week too, and already I forgot the name of it. All the nudity is like photos and images. There's like not much going on there, and yeah, it's pretty bad. It's typical Godard fare, I guess you could say, which is not appealing to me. I guess it appeals to some people, but for that, I don't really understand. I think Godard is the most overrated director by far. And Yeah, Adrian, if you're watching this, you can look him up on IMDb. I think it gets a 6, and I'm giving it a 2. So big, another big disparity between myself and the general public again, just because I absolutely despise communism and Godard movies in general. But right now I'm watching Passion. It's pretty bad. It's got a lady with full frontal who has hairy armpits in it. But other than that, it's pretty much the same as the others. I mean, how many times can I describe a Godard movie differently when they're all equally bad? I don't know. Um, Passion is a real drag. Watched about first 20 minutes or so, and that one had me down also. So yeah, I'm just watching a string of really crappy Godard flicks. Adrian mentioned a movie called a Serbian film, which I had never heard about, but it kind of intrigued me a little bit because Adrian said he couldn't stomach it, which is hard to imagine considering the types of movies he watches. Must be really bad if he can't stomach this one. I guess it's similar to Salo in the sense that they're trying at least to make some kind of allegory to the political situation there in Serbia, just like how Pasolini was using Salo to make this false dichotomy kind of communism versus fascism deal, like the burning of the Reichstag kind of false flag deal. And so there's that. Salo has the supposed adolescents getting tortured and whatnot. I'll have to watch the movie, but they don't look like adolescents in the poster. So I guess they're 30-year-old teenagers. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to check it out and let you know. But it's kind of interesting. He told me Salo was also banned on again, off again kind of thing in Australia. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reviewing that one, even if it isn't as great as everybody says it is in terms of shock value. But kind of similar to a Serbian film in that sense. It's got the deranged pedophilia aspect to it. The weird thing is that Netflix banned a Serbian film. They don't even have it available. And then, but for some reason, they didn't have Salo for a long time too, but they put it up a few years ago. So kind of strange. And they also had Arabian Nights up on on Netflix, and now I think it's gone. I'm not able to find it. Just vaporized, disappeared. So Arabian Nights is another kind of rated X Pasolini flick kind of deal. So I didn't like Canterbury Tales though. That was kind of a lame movie with Tom Baker from Doctor Who. Uh, so, so I'm kind of bummed that I can't see Arabian Nights or a Serbian film on Netflix. But But I do have Salo, so I'm kind of anxiously awaiting for that disc. I've got 4 more movies to watch this weekend. Be lucky if I get through 2 of them. And yeah, I'm just burned out from not getting enough sleep, working 3 jobs and whatnot. So yeah, that's the end of my review. I don't really know what else to say about this disc. It's just boring as heck. It doesn't make any sense. It's kind of inane, banal kind of language that Godard uses with incomplete sentences and 2 people talking at the same time, cutting off each other. It's really quite annoying. And there's this weird kind of radio static noise in the background, like, and you're thinking, what the heck does this have to do with anything? It's just it's bizarre, but not in a good way. I don't know how else to describe it to you. So definitely skip it. I'm not going to post anything in the description box other than the director, the stars, and the writer. So yeah, I have to go back and look at the actor in Detective because I know he was in a bunch of other movies like Medea and Moses the Lawgiver. So that's next on my list, on my things to do. Laters.